Today you'll learn how to tell your friends and family that you're not going to give them any presents anymore. If you're not normally happy during the holiday season and you want to change that and instead create meaningful holidays for you and your family forever that strengthen you and the bond that you have and set you all up for success, both financially and emotionally and spiritually, then keep watching this video until the end. We don't really need to go into the details of how perverted gift giving has become. It's sick and it's insulting to me as a gift giver and receiver, and I'll tell you why. Think about this. We may be saying to our daughter, let's say, we're saying to our daughter, I'm sure at 16, you have so much going on right now that I'm clueless about, but I know it's really difficult for you. I know that every single day for you at this age could be just misery. You could have girls stalking you in the bathrooms, wanting to beat you up and put it on YouTube. You could be eating lunch by yourself behind the dumpster. You could be looking in the mirror every single day and saying in the mirror, oh God, I'm so fat. And doing really unhealthy things to try and fit an unrealistic image that you will never be able to fit. You might believe that you will never be loved the way you want to be loved. You might believe that you are ugly when I see you as the most beautiful person in the world. And instead of taking the time to sit down with you and care for you and learn about you and bond with you and show you by being in your life how much I love you, I'm going to go to the mall and I'm going to scour through a bunch of crap that was made in China so that I can find something to go over to the gift wrapper maybe, if I'm really fancy, and have somebody like me wrap it up and make it look really good, stick it under the tree so that when we have that horrible holiday dinner with all of those horrible people who are filled with lovelessness in our home, I can give you that gift. And I spent all that time, all that money on doing that rather than taking any interest in you. That's what I'm showing you. I'm also showing you, I want you to feel enslaved. And I want you to feel as horrible as I do. I want you to go into debt. Most people, when the holidays roll around, really struggle with, how am I going to make this holiday season great? That's what they think. And so they go into debt. They enslave themselves. They do it all for commercial purposes. They do it all for people who are totally ungrateful for the gifts that they give them. Most of us do not remember the gifts that we got last year. Most people who we gave the gifts to don't remember what we gave them. And they don't remember the time that we spent showing them how much we love them. They don't remember how much energy, how much money, how much thought, how much time we spent showing them that we loved them and that we care for them and that we are on their side and that we will be there for them when they need somebody and that we understand that their life is difficult, but we're there to support them. You know why they don't remember that? Because we don't do it. But we go out and we get Christmas presents and we make it a big deal because that's important to us. And we show people that year after year after year. And we somehow feel obligated to do so. That's how I see Christmas presents. So I'll tell you this. About 20 years ago, I really had an awakening and I wanted to make a change. And the next year, when my nephew was born, I thought, I don't want this for you. No matter how much time I spent on that, I could, from now on, be spending that on you and showing you something else besides an illusion and a picture of what I believe Christmas should look like. How about I'm going to show you what I believe love feels like? And so I decided at that time, I had a proclamation that I sent out to my whole family. We were all alive and we were all happy and we were all, in the good spirits and good financial times. And I let everybody know, hey, just so you know, I don't want anybody to stress anymore about giving me a present because I know I'm difficult to shop for and it's ridiculous. I have everything that I need. And as a gift to you, I'm not going to give any of you presents anymore ever, because I just don't want the stress and the financial burden and the feelings that I started to develop around Christmas. I don't want to pass those on to him and be that example for him so that he would have to suffer in any way because of something that he saw me do. So I'm going to stop giving gifts. You can all feel free to take whatever energy and time and money that you were going to spend on me and either spend it on yourself, which I hope you do, or spend it on somebody else, but I don't want it. From now on, I would like my home to be a stress-free Christmas. And if I'm inviting you over for Christmas dinner, I might serve you dinner, we might have fun. And what we started to do was we started a tradition of making Christmas ornaments where we would all get together and we would bring whatever we had around the house that might work to make a Christmas ornament out of. And we'd bring pictures and we'd bring fun stuff and we'd make these little Christmas ornaments, which we would then hang on the tree and around Thanksgiving time. And I can't tell you how much I cherish those Christmas ornaments. I mean, I still have them. I have no idea what my parents got me for Christmas when my nephew was born. I have the ornaments that we made that Christmas season, and I know exactly where they are. I will never lose them. They mean so much to me. And I remember making them with my sister-in-law, Michelle, who was horrible. We went to I was a charter member of the Martha Stewart Living magazine, and she used to have the best ideas to make homemade Christmas ornaments. And so I remember they were in cards at the time. They had, stock paper, inserts in the magazines, and then you would open it up. And in fact, it's very similar to the flashcards that I have now that I use in my products. Come to think of it. Thank you, Martha. But you'd take those out and you would be able to divide them into 4, and they would have different ideas for different ornaments. So I would collect those, and year after year after year after year, until Martha went to jail, I think she stopped doing that. I had all of these little cards where we would have different ornament ideas, and we would get together and make these ornaments, and they would look absolutely horrible. And they were and still are, the best things of them all. They didn't cost any money. The time that we spent with one another, I'm so grateful for now, because not everybody's here anymore. And the ornaments themselves are so wonderful. I mean, they're wonderful. So what I want to suggest to you this year is this. I'm pledging to be committed to a healthy holiday season. Stress-free, guilt-free, debt-free, and pressure-free. I'm going to share an editable badge in the description so that if you wanted to post this or send it out as a card or send it out as a social media post, which I'm going to do, you can do that and you can customize it or you can leave it as it is. But if you wanted to join me and show everybody that you are committed to not buying into the madness anymore that makes people feel bad. I don't need any of that. I mean, none of it. It's not bad, but it's not good for me. Maybe it's because I would rather use that money to pay off some debt. Maybe it's because I would rather take that money and save it for the future. Maybe a lot of things, but I know what is not a maybe, and it's that I don't want to do that anymore. I do want to see you, and I'm having a holiday ornament making party, and you are invited, and you don't need to bring one single thing except yourself. If you have stuff around the house, like if you have extra popsicle sticks, if you have extra, glitter, if you have extra feathers, if you have extra fabric, if you have extra stuff that wire, stuff that you can then make into ornaments, wood that you can slice into chips, bring that. If you don't, bring yourself, because that's all you need. And bring somebody that you love and want to share this time with, because we will welcome them and love them just as we do you. And if you can't make it, I just hope that wherever you are, that you're with people who love you as much as we do. And I hope that they tell you that and that you tell them that you love them too. That's all I want for you this holiday season. So I hope to see you. And if I don't see you, I just hope that you're happy and loved wherever you are. And I hope that you're making memories that will warm your Christmas spirit for years to come. That's all I want for you. And that's all I'm going to give you if you choose to spend time with me this Christmas. Wouldn't that rule? I mean, wouldn't that rule if we could just go to somebody's house and choose to be there and choose the people who are there and enjoy our time and not feel any pressure to bring even, a stupid 9-layer dip that we can't afford, some of us? I mean, we put a lot of pressure on other people to, just bring something, just bring a dish. Just maybe they don't have the money for that dish. Have you ever seen their checkbook? Have you ever seen how they budget? Have you ever seen what goes on in their household? Maybe they don't have the money for a dip. And coming to your party and bringing one is difficult, especially this year. We need to start being more honest with one another. And there's nothing wrong with being financially strapped. There's nothing wrong with financially planning. There's nothing wrong with choosing what we do with our money and not letting other people influence that choice at all. There's nothing wrong with that. We could all start doing that. And if we did, that would just make so many people so less stressed and so much happier for the holidays and so much happier in years to come when they could stop and remember these days. So if you would like to join me in being committed to a healthy holiday season, here's what you do. Start out by posting this Committed to Healthy Holidays badge on social media. Join me in that, okay? And then have that talk with people. You might send it out in a card. All you have to do is 4 steps. Number 1, I've made a decision, and here's what it is. Number 2, here's why I made that decision. Number 3, here's what I'm going to do instead. And number 4, here's why I'm going to do that. Simple. For example, I have decided that I'm going to stop giving gifts, and I don't want you to give me any gifts anymore either. The reason I'm doing that is because I've realized that for me and my family, it's become something that's not healthy, and it's not productive or strengthening us or empowering us or in any way setting us up for success. So instead, what I'm going to do is focus on just being with one another during the holidays. And as a memento, as a keepsake, I'm going to start a tradition of making holiday ornaments, and I would love it if you could be part of that tradition. We're going to have a party on the 24th or whenever it is. I'd like you to come and bring somebody that you want to share this experience with because it's going to be fun. You don't need to bring anything but yourself. And we're doing this because I want everybody to feel one day during this holiday season where there's no pressure and they have relief and they don't need to do anything but just be and love. So those are the 4 steps. Sounds simple. My life totally changed. I didn't know it at the time that it would, but it did. So I hope that helps you. And if you could share with me some of the things that you are feeling right now about the holidays, some of the stressors that you have, some of the things that people might say to you that make you feel uncomfortable and put more stress and burden on you during this holiday season. If you can share anything with me that is making you feel bad instead of good during the holidays, I would appreciate that, and I'd see if I can address that. And please join me during our live holiday episodes. The way to get invited to those is to make sure to subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell, because I'm going to be notifying our subscribers of those right before they start, because I don't plan for them. That's why I'm not a good planner. So I hope to see you with those. And if you found value in this, or think other people might, please share this on places like Facebook and Twitter and any place people might go to get information like this. And I would appreciate it if you would help me grow my channel, because it's time for growth here at Dan O'Connor Training. And if you could share this anywhere that you can and encourage other people to subscribe so that we can all try to really raise the global dialogue and change the way people speak to one another, one conversation at a time, and start saying things in a more loving way every day. Not just during the holidays, but there's nothing that we have to say that we can't say in a loving way. And if you wanted to support this channel, please do so by subscribing here or going to our Patreon, or get the whole showcase showdown and go to DanO'ConnorTraining.com. And for everybody here at Dan O'Connor Training, if nobody's told you lately that they love you, I want to tell you that I love you. And I do. If you haven't told anybody that you love them lately, tell somebody that, especially somebody who you think might not have been told lately that they are loved. See what happens. And I hope that you enjoy that experience. You could create a miracle just by doing it. And we all need that. So go do that and tell me how it goes, okay? This is Dan O'Connor. Signing off.